We continue our more detailed look at Marvel Superhero Island in another Focus on Islands of Adventure episode on episode 312 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Hey everyone, I'm your host Lee and I'm just here to steer the ship tonight because we do have a full crew. So joining me is Tracy.
Hello everyone.
And Chris.
What's up, guys?
And welcome back, Darren.
What's up, Internet?
Darren missed the last one. And also joining us from our last Marvel Superhero Island episode, it is Daryl Xavier.
Hey guys, thank you for having me back.
Hey Daryl, you're more than welcome.
Good to see you. I'll hear you again.
Right, so let's get into it. So as you weren't with us last time, I wanted to give you an opportunity to sort of discuss on your own. Basically to give your input on what we talked about on the last episode that you didn't get a chance in. So basically what we discussed for a fair part of the episode was what did you think of the theming of Marvel Superhero Island sort of stepping into Islands of Adventure for that first time? And then how do you feel that theming now fits into not only Islands of Adventure of 2018, but also what Marvel is now as well?
Okay. So originally, when I first walked in there, I think at that time it felt very appropriate to me because Marvel at the time was a comic book company, you know? So seeing the comic book designs of the Marvel characters made a lot of sense to me. I think we did have X-Men movies out at the time already, didn't we? Possibly.
That's a good question.
You know, so I might have had like a real life reference to like Cyclops or something like that, you know, as compared to what they had there. But for the most part, those were the characters I knew them as Marvel. Now, as time has gone on, I see those as kind of outdated. The way that the theming is, you know, just kind of like a cardboard cutout kind of theming. But you know, it's not the worst thing in the world for sure. I still enjoy it, but it does feel different considering that, you know, we see the Marvel universe as the cinematic universe a little bit more these days. And to not have those characters, you know, the way to represent them in that way kind of distances themselves. And I'm sure like when little kids get there and they're you know, they hear Marvel Island and they get there and they're like, who are these people? You know, the parents have to explain to them, oh no, that's Wolverine. That's what he looks like here. Like, okay. I don't think the Wolverine I know wears spandex, but okay.
Just at weekends.
That kind of thing might be, you know, like a little bit of a thing that, you know, distances it from how it is. But at the same time, it's also kind of cool to have that represented still somewhere. So overall, the theming, you know, with the way the cutout kind of theming the way it is, it kind of feels like a Six Flags theming over like a Universal kind of theming.
Yeah.
If you know, for what it is, but
I think what people expect from theming a Universal park, it's very much not keeping in the lines of what people expect from them now.
Right. But at the same time, at night from across the lagoon, it looks amazing.
Yes.
So,
yeah, if you look, I think Universal they have like a glamour shot, for want of a better term, that they use, and it is that Marvel Superhero Island shot with the all the neon on reflecting into the lagoon in front of it, and it's stunning.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But I think that's the thing. I think if you look at the five of us around here, it is aimed at our generation. We're the right age.
Yeah.
The right age and demographic for what Marvel Superhero Island is.
You mean we're adults that refuse to grow up?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're the right demographic for what it initially set out to be, with the hundreds of 90s references and even before that. And yeah, what Darren said is absolutely right, actually. For us, it still fits and we can still relate, but kids going in are expecting their Iron Man and their modern day Thor and everybody else. So yeah, in that respect, it is slightly outdated. But again, on the flip side, as Darren just said, it's still nice to have all those references.
Yeah. I think you look at some of the things that have been changed in that land, and we'll get into where we feel the future is going to go. But certain things have changed, and it has been brought up to date a little bit more, and it'll be interesting to see where it goes. But as I said, we will get into that a little bit later. So, right, yes. One of the things, because basically this episode is what the last one, it was supposed to be part of the last one, and we went way longer than we expected.
My fault, sorry.
And one of the things I went through, there's a lot of hidden Easter eggs pertaining to Marvel Comics in that land. So I thought we'd go in now and sort of go through that list of little details. And I think there's probably quite a few that people know and people don't know. So Darryl, do you want to give us the first one?
Yeah, my pleasure. Well, fans of the Fantastic Four will hopefully notice that there's an actual Yancey Street sign on one of the corners there with some other street signs, which is a reference to the Yancey Street gang. Do you know why?
I was going to go on.
Here we go again. It's actually based on a real street called Delancey Street in Manhattan.
Interesting, yes.
Yeah, which is a reference to Jack Kirby, who is extremely famous as an artist and writer and editor of comic books. And his sort of childhood is very, very, very loosely, because he's a co-creator as well, is very loosely based on Ben Grimm, the Thing, who in his childhood was... for a short time, leader of the Yancey Street gang.
Interesting.
That's interesting. We do have Delancey Street over in Universal Studios Florida as well.
Play there.
There you go.
Cool.
Chris?
Yeah. Well, if you look around, you will find a sign for Nelson and Murdoch, attorneys at law, which is a reference to the law firm ran by Foggy Nelson and his partner, Matt Murdoch, also known as Daredevil.
One of my favourite Marvel characters at the moment. I love the Netflix Daredevil series.
Yes, this is a reference I didn't get until Netflix.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Even though we sat and watched the Ben Affleck Daredevil not that long, it's terrible. It
should not count as a movie.
Oh my God. No. Awful.
Sorry, I was just going to say as well, I was too busy then concentrating on the original Daredevil movie and thinking, yeah, it was terrible. But do you know who Foggy Nelson and Matt Murdoch's, one of their first clients ever was?
No.
The Fantastic Four.
This is why, it's exciting that Disney are buying all these other things like Fox and stuff, just because you're potentially going to get this massive shared universe of all the Marvel characters.
Please, needs to happen and done right as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
We have Blaze and Catch Mechanics, which can also be found in Marvel Superhero Island, which is another reference to Daredevil, but also Ghost Rider. And I was going, as I was last time, I was going through all my photographs. And one of them is of Blaze and Catch Mechanics, opening soon. And there's the white security, spelled with a K, because, comic book important.
Oh, yeah.
White security transport armoured vehicle with a suspended safe hanging above it, and it's parked underneath the building framework. And it's actually, because we were waiting for you to come off the ride, we actually got to have a really good look around that area. It was quite cool. So yes, that references Ghost Rider as well, which I'm not too familiar with.
No, I've seen one of the films and it was pretty poor.
Do you want to know his real name, since we're here?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Johnny Blaze.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Is that where Blaze, that's where the Blaze comes from.
And Ketch is... Danny Ketch with a K, yeah, absolutely. And he was also a Ghost Rider. It's another one of these, I don't know how to describe it, like an entity or a passage of right that passes from one person to another.
So, okay. Interesting.
Darren?
Sweet. Well, if you take a look around Villain's Alley, which is the alley that leads to Dr. Doom's Spherefall, you can find a concrete bust of Venom's head and the Rhino's horn.
Yes. And the Venom bust is where?
Up high.
It is.
I can see it.
It's just up to the right of the Gladiator's costume shop.
Okay, I don't know what Gladiator's costume shop is, but there you
Well,
go.
you'll have to look when we go.
Oh.
Daryl, does Venom have another name other than Venom?
He certainly does, actually. Venom is the actual symbiote, so the black alien form that attaches itself to the character, that's actually Venom, not the human being behind it. So Venom's real name is Eddie Brock.
Oh, it's Topher Grace.
Oh, of course, yes. Yeah.
I can't stand Topher Grace.
And the original Venom was actually Spider-Man himself, Peter Parker.
Of course it was, yes.
Yeah.
What about the Rhino? I don't know an awful lot of that. I didn't bother watching the last Spider-Man film.
Good question, actually. From what I know, and I don't know much about this one, sorry, because he's a bit... I know he's Russian. He's kind of a Russian bodyguard, mafia type sort of muscle for hire guy called Alexei. Don't know his surname, sorry. And he was, aren't they all? They're all tested on at some point, but he was tested on, but for money to do with his family. And I think the Rhino thing came around because it's just a testament that it's, natural armor that is pretty much proof to anything and is molded to his skin, so he can't get out of it. It's not like a costume that he puts on and off. It's there permanently. Yes, of course, the Daily Bugle newspaper machines throughout Marvel Superhero Island. I did take a picture of one of them, which I have on my phone, and it says in the big headline, "The Doctor is in," and underneath the subheading says, "And Spider-Man takes him out."
I have that picture.
I have it as well, Trish. Yeah. Great minds.
Yeah.
And I did see one on the internet that says H2O no, which is obviously a reference to Hydro Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Chris.
Awesome.
Yes. Fans of Thor will catch a Donald Blake reference on a sign. This was Jane Foster's boyfriend before Thor Odinson came into her life.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of him.
Well, they're getting deep on that one.
I've not.
Yeah. Ex-boyfriend backstory there.
Yeah.
Originally that said Thor, but I changed it because of the name you gave us last week, so I never realised it was Odinson.
Odinson.
Well, to be honest, if your boyfriend dumped you for Thor, I think you'd go into hiding and wouldn't want anybody to know who you were, either.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that. Why is there a reference to Jane Foster's ex-boyfriend?
I mean, talk about backstory.
Yeah, that's a bit weird, isn't it?
Strange.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's not in there.
I don't know. So yes, one of my favourite things, if you look on the ground in front of the entrance to Dr. Doom's Fearfall, you will see the impact marks of people who have fallen to their death. How cheery for a child's playground. Now, people have speculated that these imprints look suspiciously like the Fantastic Four themselves.
Well, that can't be true because they're outside the cafe having a cup of
Waiting
tea.
for a cuppa, yeah.
Darren.
Well, the Meteor Impact Zone, which can be found between the Alternaverse store and Captain America Diner, is where Marvel Superhero began. And the story says a meteor crashed in there and in a Big Bang kind of way created Marvel Superhero Island. And you know what? I didn't know for the longest time that that's what that was. I thought they were just like, illustrations around in a semicircle.
Waited for a while.
Doesn't look like a Meteor Impact Zone, does it?
Not really.
No, it's really clean.
No.
Impact Zone, yeah.
It's only a little one.
So, but you can go to UUOpodcast.com and find Todd's Why Is This Here article about the meteor impact. And I'll give you some more insight into the backstory.
Daryl.
The Baxter Annex that can be found outside the entrance to Cafe 4, where the Fantastic Four frequently hang out. The Baxter Building, of course, is where the Fantastic Four live and work in New York, but as we're in Orlando, it would make sense that they wouldn't have or try to recreate another Baxter Building. It would be an annex instead.
Makes perfect sense.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like Harry's annex from last week.
Yeah.
The Baxters have one too. Christopher.
Stark Industries. So the man, Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, is referenced a couple of times in a couple of places in Marvel Superhero Island. You can find a sign for Stark Enterprises above a door that is on the back of the building that houses the Spider-Man meet and greet. You can also find a sign for Stark Enterprises on a building elsewhere in the island. See if you can find it.
Who the hell goes behind that building where the Spider-Man meet and greet is?
You've never been there?
Oh, that's me.
Isn't that the smokers area?
Yes,
Probably.
it is. That's why I was there.
Okay, fair enough. That's why I've never been there. Tracy.
Now you can find a sign for Osborne Industries in Villains Alley, flanked by the two previously mentioned Venom busts.
We all know who Osborne is. Go on, give us a history lesson.
Oh, well, funnily enough, I was going to say, and I did know, and I was too busy running rounds that I didn't look for it, but apparently on Villains Alley as well, there's almost like a fake alleyway. So I'm thinking back to the Yancey Street Gang as well, where if you just stand, it only sinks in like literally a meter or something like that. But if you stand and just listen, which is hard when there's so much noise, you can hear thugs further down the alleyway having a conversation about the next robbery and the next plan and things like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
No, I didn't go in.
And it's still there. It's literally just like a sunken wall that you stand in. And you've just got to listen for the audio, which, as I say, is hard when there's kids like me running around.
This is the thing, though. This is a problem that the music and the audio effects, it's like Port of Entry's prime for it. There's so much going on that on the average day you will not hear ever.
Mm-hmm.
But if you close out, you will. Ah.
Yes, Hogsmeade is a very different area when you're the only 4 people in it.
It's very creepy.
Yeah.
Sinister. Witches and wizards just running around.
Darren.
Oh, this is a weird one. Dr. Doom's throne. The throne that Dr. Doom likes to relax in can be found just set up weirdly in the upstairs of the Kingpin's arcade, in like a cage off to the side.
Yeah.
It seems like there should be like meet and greets there from time to time, like Santa.
It is a bit of a Santa's chair, yeah. It's not what you would imagine. It's like a cozy chair.
Well, I know what we call a throne over here, and
Yeah.
that's not something I want to see. Going back
These
to
stairs take you
the
up
dump
to a
truck.
small landing where you'll find the throne.
Mhm.
But yeah, it reminds me of like a Christmas Story. Like there should be a slide off to the side where you can just like beg for his forgiveness and then he can kick you down the slide afterwards.
Yeah.
And apparently, I think when the park first opened, right, they would have a Dr. Doom walking around the Kingpin arcade,
They
like
still
in the
do.
upper area.
Ah,
They
right.
still do have Dr. Doom wandering around from time to time.
Well, no, but there was, if I'm not mistaken, there's like an area on like the second floor that he would kind of go up there. I don't know if there's a piano or an organ up there.
Interesting.
I have to go back because one day I went to the park, I saw this, and I was always like curious why I have never seen Dr. Doom here. And I just started doing some research, and apparently they used to do other things in there. I got to go back and find it. I'll send it to you guys.
But you're right, it does seem weird that they've got a second floor that they don't use.
Yes.
Just a bit odd.
They used to do a show as well, didn't they? That was sort of half in a building, half on the street, and it had Mr. Sinister and Mystique, and I'm sure Doctor Doom as well. So you've got me thinking now that maybe that had something to do with it. I'm not sure. Could be 1,000% wrong, but just remember this really old show.
Interesting.
Daryl, the last one, please.
Yeah, sure. Thor's hammer, which I really don't know how to pronounce, but this is something I did look up just so I got it right, is Mjolnir. So Thor's hammer, if you look closely on the outside of Captain America's diner, you'll see Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, hitting a window. Take a step inside, look on the far wall, and you'll see the cutout of Thor throwing the hammer at the window.
That's cool.
It is one of those things that I looked it up researching this, and I never ever know it's there. But if you look, you can see the hammer hit the window. It's so cool.
Do you know what it was?
What, the hammer?
Yeah, why he threw the hammer.
Oh no!
He eats the chicken tenders.
it was a really big fly that was.
I was going to say it was a fly, wasn't it?
So he threw me all near, and yeah, if you look even closer, there's a squished fly in between it.
Oh, that's
Oh, it's awesome.
I thought you were joking.
Oh, that is amazing.
That is brilliant. Awesome. Cool. Right, I'm sure there are many, many more hidden details in there, and if anyone knows any that we didn't get to, please send them in. Just emails to email them to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com.
Chris knows that.
Did you guys talk about the artist signature?
I know about it.
We did, yes. Actually,
Oh, yes.
Adam.
Kieran and Pippa.
there's another
again.
one we were alerted to. Two friends of ours who came around yesterday told us there is another signature to look for.
Ooh.
Don't point at me. I can't remember.
Max, apparently when
Max,
they were
that's
over
right.
last and they were looking, not only did they see Adam, but they also found a few Maxes.
Interesting.
Yes, it is.
Right, we will
So-
take a quick break and then we'll be back for some more.
Summer is coming, which for me here in Rhode Island means the snow is melting, school is almost out, and it's time for me to beg my mom to take me to Volcano Bay at Universal Orlando Resort. 25 acres of water slides, wave pools, and lazy rivers. This is going to be so fun. I wonder if I can get my mom to do the Ko-Okiri body plunge with me. Probably not. She says those things give her giant wedgies, but don't tell her I told you that. So parents, take a word of advice from me. Don't make your kids beg, just book it. Even better, let Mouse Muggle Travel Company do all the work for you. Their services are free, so just go to mouseandmuggle.com and fill out the no obligation quote request. I promise my mom and Michelle will take great care of you. I know because all of my vacations have been truly, simply magical. Oh, I hear my mom. Wish me luck. Mom!
Welcome back, everyone. We are going to continue looking at Marvel Superhero Island with something that we love to talk about on the show.
Ourselves.
Do we? Going back into our first set of Focus on Islands of Adventure episodes with Port of Entry, one of the biggest things that plays a part in that area is the music, and I think that goes for every land in Marvel Superhero Island. And Marvel Superhero Island is in there with them all with some very iconic music.
Oh, yes.
So I just wanted to let you guys take the floor and sort of discuss how you feel the music fits in and how much it adds to the ambience of that land. So take it away, anyone who wants to speak.
Well, all I'll say about it is that the music in there is all high energy. So it gets you amped up. And I don't know about anybody else, but I go in and I hear the music and I find myself walking along to the beat and kind of strutting my stuff a bit, which is probably not very good for the people around me seeing it, but I don't care. But it does it. I walk in, I hear the strains of the music and it makes me hurry up to get in. And it just kind of propels me around that area. That music is it just gets under your skin.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I agree. It's very fitting. It feels like an old school video game, theme that's playing, I think. And like you said, it's very high energy.
I think dynamic's the word.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that a comic book word? Dynamic.
Yes. So yeah, I definitely agree with you there. It's like it's high energy and it gets you excited. That's why I like to go into the park and go that way because I think it kicks it up and goes crazy. And I think on the other side, Seuss Landing, as crazy as it is, it's almost soothing, calming, like the music there.
It's more soothing that side.
So I think this is more fitting to kick it up and get your day started. So
yeah, that and mixed with the Hulk coaster going along. Just that every time you see, or at least me, every time I go in there and see that coaster kind of coming out of that launch hole, it's like, yes,
Isn't that silent
let's do
now?
this.
No, it's not, but I was going to bring that up in a second.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it doesn't do the yell anymore, right?
No, it does the roar still.
No, it doesn't. It's different now. When they retracked it,
internally.
it used to have the sound, the track made like a roar. Now it actually does like a as it comes out, and it's
That's
a bit weird. And I think it's definitely lost something because of it.
I'm just knocking it down
right.
roars internally. That's just me every day.
I think, to be fair, that you're all absolutely right. But the only music that I remember, and this is probably because I'd seen it on YouTube before we went, is that there is a specific soundtrack and audio that goes with it that signifies Shield talking to you about an impending doom about to hit the city, and they call for all the superhero characters to come forward. And the music seems to amp up even more when that comes on, and it feels slightly louder. And that's basically all I can remember soundtrack-wise through, because as soon as that comes on, just lose it.
I bet that's the same one that I'm singing in my head at the moment. But I'm not going to sing it out loud.
I'll just use my psychic powers. Yes, it is, Tracy. Well done.
Yeah, I knew it.
If you look at the track listing from the CD that was released, you've got there's only 3 pieces of music from from Marvel Superhero Island. Actually, this looks like a different CD to the one we've got. There is Marvel Superhero Island Main Street theme.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the one I'm thinking of.
It will be. That's the real. That's the one that when we spoke to Howard Drossen, who composed the music, I was gutted to find out that it wasn't a real drummer. There's Doctor Doom and there's Banner Science Park.
Oh no, it's Banner Science Park that I'm thinking of. I like Banner Science Park.
Yeah, that's my favorite, Banner Science Park for sure.
As soon as we started talking about it, that's what's going through my head.
And the like sparkle, the kind of, that's the only way I can describe it. That sparkle kind of creates that like Frisian feeling that, you know, gets the hair on the back of your neck going. It's exciting.
Yeah.
And if the music does sound like a 90s video game to you, that's because Howard Drossen also did a lot of 90s video games, so including Comic Zone, which if you played that one, that's like one of my favorite ones of all time.
The one with the rat, yeah.
Yeah.
It would be so weird. Again, it's I always think that the music in Islands of Adventure specifically, you generally don't hear it when you're there. I don't think you listen out. It's just kind of subconsciously going in. But if it wasn't there, it would feel weird.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
I think Marvel Superhero Island, probably more than any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if it wasn't there, you'd be walking around an English theme park, wouldn't you? If there was no music, you might as well stay in England.
It would be so strange to walk in that and not have that iconic Marvel Superhero Island Main Street theme playing. It would be weird.
I bet it's quite creepy to walk around without the music.
Yeah. That would be such a cool setting for Marvel Zombies.
Yes, please. I'm in.
Yes.
Well, they did kind of do that back in, I want to say it was 2001, Darren. Am I thinking about right?
Was it? I think it was 2001.
Right.
And they basically
One of the
did it
Park ones,
where all the villains took over Marvel Superhero Island. So it was like a torn up Spidey costume hanging off one of the street lamps and Cap shields like dumped at the side with blood. And that would have been so cool.
Hero death.
Yeah.
Yes.
It would have been so cool if they could have gone all out into it.
Yeah. They really would.
Did Marvel get mad at that?
I think that was the thing back then. Probably not. Now.
But there's a whole Marvel comic book series about it now. Marvel Zombies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Loads.
My comic book pimp was trying to get me to have that one. When I see him tomorrow, I might get it.
Really good.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But again, going into the music, you look again how much the music is such a part of that land that when they retract the Hulk, it's been 2 years now, 3 years, 2 years since the Hulk reopened, that they did a new onboard soundtrack for that. I think we mentioned it on the last episode with Patrick Stone, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right.
It shows you how much that music is still ingrained in that area of the land, and so it should be. But as we mentioned there, if you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to episode 190 where we interviewed the composer of all of that music in that area, Howard Drossen, who's such a nice guy, and I still find it strange that he's never been to the park and never heard all his music in situ.
I know, that's sad. That's not good.
It's bizarre. It's kind of strange. But getting to the end of this episode, I wanted to sort of talk briefly about where we feel Marvel Superhero Island is going to end up, because there's a lot of moving parts that can affect that land now, such as Disney owning Marvel and not playing well with the people down the road. Especially when you look at the Marvel stuff that is coming to Disney parks. I think Disneyland Paris is getting a whole Marvel area. Disneyland is getting a Marvel area. Where do we feel, like this is what I was going to bring up before, that we have seen that retheming of the Hulk, where they've got away from the cardboard cutouts and it feels much more of a fleshed out attraction now, where we feel Marvel Superhero Island will go in the next 5 to 10 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, as much as I think, people like the area and people like Spider-Man is a great ride. I really feel like they should give the license up back to Disney and just let them do what they want with it and go another route with it. Perhaps DC.
And Daryl's crying now.
I'm not.
He's not, because then everybody gets, then they have control over everything and they can actually make some updated, amazing rides. That's the unfortunate thing about it right now, is that with the contract obligations that they have, their hands are tied. They can't update the rides in any meaningful way. They can they can do 4K upgrades. They can retrack the rides, that kind of thing, but they cannot update it with current characters. They can't.
I thought they could. It's just Disney have to say yes.
Which Disney are never going to say yes.
As far as I'm aware, they could do anything they want as long as Disney agrees to it.
Yeah, which is pretty much a standard thing that obviously if that was possible, I think they would have done it before, and you wouldn't see an old speeder hover thing sitting out front of the arcade and that kind of thing.
See, for me,
you might see some updated theming.
There's a huge difference between the Universal Marvel and the Disney Marvel, because obviously Disney are using the fresh new film franchise looking characters, and we're using characters that have stepped off the comic book pages, which I actually prefer, right? Because it's proper old school. That's back to your, what's the word the kids all use, a canon and stuff like that. It's, that's your origin, and that's never going away. Yes, okay, Disney can keep refreshing as characters evolve in the cinematic universe. But we've got the characters that step off the pages. We've got the proper nostalgia.
And do you not find that all this refreshing of characters for the movies is getting really boring already?
Well, Lee, what do I say? Every time there's a new Marvel movie out, what do I say?
I'm sick of bloody superheroes.
I am marvelled out because they're just rebooting and rebooting and rebooting.
They're not rebooting though, really.
Well, they are. It's just, bloody Spider-Man reboots have we had.
That one's kind of annoying.
It's really
with the same story.
Yeah, it's starting to pee me off, and it's just like, come on. The amount of characters, the amount of stories you could be telling.
Right,
Don't tell me the same stuff.
I'll give him a bit of leeway because I hated Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
And I think really that one, and that's kind of what I'm talking about here, is that the reason that you didn't like that one is because it's of Sony Pictures. When Sony Pictures did it, they messed up twice. Some people would say I like the first Tobey Maguire one.
I like all three of the Tobey Maguire ones, to be quite honest.
But you can really blame that on Sony Pictures. When Disney got a hold of it, they did an awesome job with it. And to be able to update the ride with that character, I think would be very, very cool, but they can't, and they won't. Disney will not, no way they will let them use their likeness. That kind of thing. And what's really unfortunate is with the deal is that you can't see any innovation in the area. And on top of that, Disney can't use those characters in their park here. Mm-hmm. They can do it over in California, but they can't do it here. Yeah. So we can't see any new rides with those innovative characters on their behalf either. So I think it's just kind of holding it. Unfortunately, while it is a good thing to have, and to see those the older characters, like you said, and have that nostalgia factor. At the same time, it's kind of stunting progress.
Yeah,
I don't like change.
It's a matter of when, not if, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
And I think it works out best for both parks to just let it go how it needs to go.
You
I
think?
think Universal can hold off just a little bit longer, get that really hefty premium to buy Marvel off of them or whatever, you know, the rights to do these rides in the park, give it over to Disney, right? Go have at it, make this amazing Marvel land over there, and, you know, we'll go check it out. And then now Universal has a big wad of cash that can go and do a bunch of really cool things there.
And I think that's why Universal haven't given it to Disney, because I think secretly they're themselves over Star Wars next year. And I think if they turned around and then gave them Marvel
big franchise
and allowed them to do the two biggest franchises at the moment. All right, take Fast and Furious out, because apparently it still is, but let's see what crap they did with that. But you're basically taking the two biggest movie franchises of the last 10 years or longer with Star Wars and putting them in your competitor's park down the road. So it wouldn't surprise me if the idea behind it is tactical. They're going, we can't do anything extra with it. We're making money from it, but not as much as we could if we did something else. But it's keeping money from down the road.
It's just like a kid with a toy they don't like. They don't want it, but they're not going to give it up.
It's my ball. I'm going to keep it. Until Disney comes at them with, you know, like you said, a ridiculous offer.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, the current Marvel universe that Disney have and are promoting, that's our kids' future nostalgia.
It isn't. You know, theme parks you've got to move forward, and that's the issue with it. You
can't aim everything at kids.
You don't. It's not about
wasted.
But it's not just kids, because even Daryl, here's a question for you. As our signature Marvel fan on this show, what do you feel about the Marvel Cinematic Universe as it is at the moment? Are you a fan?
To be, as I said last time, I've been reading the comics since I was 14 years old. So that's a long time. The TV shows, the computer games, everything before it hit the big screen. Every time now that a new Marvel superhero film comes out, I just kind of sigh and think, I've heard it before. Will you please do something original and something different? They all seem to be these origin stories of they've had a bad time, so they turned bad, or they were tested on and they've become this. And even I think part of the insult was that after Infinity War, even before I'd seen Infinity War, the first trailer was for Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
And then when I saw the end of Infinity War, I just thought, oh, right, okay, so I now know in which direction you're going. You've done this, and now you're kind of refreshing yourselves, or trying to, by doing what you did and starting again with some new characters. But it's boring. It really is. And it's a bit of an insult, to be perfectly honest. They're just churning out these money-making films that every age kind of can understand, but they're all just origin stories. Even there was a trailer just the other day for another certain superhero, and again, it's an origin story about a brother and a half-brother falling out. Haven't we done that before? With Thor and Loki?
It sounds like Thor and Loki. I just couldn't remember Loki's name.
I'm trying to figure out what the new one is you're talking about.
No, it's not Marvel though. It's the other side.
No, that looks brilliant.
The other franchise that we don't discuss.
X-Men, then.
No, my God! Of course we discuss X-Men.
I can't say it. Is there any other Marvel or DC?
Aquaman.
Don't you? That looks amazing. That looks amazing.
I don't care what the storyline is. I'm going and I'm taking my
In fairness, that is the storyline in Aquaman. I'm currently reading the Justice League New 52.
It is, but if you look across both comic universes, it's a story that translated into the films is just done over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So Darren, you're saying you want to see some stuff new and fresh in the comics, but in the movie role?
But yeah, if there's 1,000,001 stories within the comics that aren't all about origins, and we've developed characters enough where they can have real stories. X-Men tried it. It kind of didn't work. But yeah, there's a million stories there that that can follow on nicely and not be about making money.
I agree.
Yeah.
Daryl's just totally disproved the point I was trying to make. But anyway.
Thank you, Daryl. I owe you.
No, it's fine. No, you're right then. What I was, you've backed up what Tracy said, that they are aiming it at this generation's kids.
It's just said it how I couldn't.
This brand new audience, and they've got to explain it all again from scratch when actually you don't.
No,
and
if parents are doing the job,
and you can incorporate a new world in a park if it's going to be Marvel based or whatever based, where you can play to all of those audiences.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing that makes me look at what you said and feel that you all sort of feel that it's an if not when as far as Disney reverting back to Marvel reverting back to Disney, then why go and spend however much they spent, $10-20 million, pulling the Hulk down, retracking it, retheming it?
Because maybe they're going to keep that area for another 5 years or so. And
Contractual obligations?
Yeah, maybe.
Good point.
That was the next thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Good
they
point.
already have a plan going forward that is now ready just to have an overlay and become a new ride.
The contractual obligations probably the
It
closer
probably
one,
is.
yes, because I know as far as that contract that they have to keep it up to a standard that they feel is fitting of the property. Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if Disney had people that go over there all the time, kind of undercover, checking out everything.
I am sure.
Anywhere in the contract that they can break that and get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Go on then, let's just, last couple of minutes. What would you like to see? Daryl, because you're just going to say, just leave it as it is, but I'm still going to ask you to do it. I'm going to go around first. Tracy, what would you like to see?
Don't ask me first, because I need a second to think.
What would you like to see replace Marvel Superhero Island?
How about instead of it being replaced, Disney just gives them like the edgier characters that they can't do in their parks, like Deadpool.
Oh my god, I am there.
And just give Deadpool the Spider-Man ride like as is, but just do like an overlay on top of what's there.
That would be amazing.
The sarcasm factor. I love it.
That would be amazing.
Just all those, like you said, those extra stories, those offhand edgier things like the zombies, things like that. They can combine their Walking Dead crowd with the with the Marvel crowd and get the zombies in there. Stuff that Disney's never going to put in a park on their own.
Yeah.
There you go. How about that? Then everybody's happy.
Please, can I be in charge of merchandise? Because I really, really, really need a Deadpool butt pillow.
Oh, behave yourself.
Yes, please.
I don't know when this thing for Ryan Reynolds ever came about.
Who said Ryan Reynolds? Deadpool.
But that is Ryan Reynolds, whether you like it or not.
Deadpool.
Chris.
But that's to go with my Aquaman butt pillow.
Anyway. I'll give you the butt pillow if you're not careful. Chris.
I don't know. I kind of like what Darren said. I guess the other side would be, go to their competitor and go over to DC. I don't know if it'll have the same following that a Marvel land would bring, because I don't think that DC is doing a good job in the film industry right now. That's me personally. I know some people love it. I personally don't. I don't think it has the same draw on kids that, Marvel does. So that may not be a viable option for them. Maybe something else, but
I think a one Thomas Wagner may make up for any financial difference between the two parks.
Yeah.
Darryl, here's a tough question for you then, because I know you don't want to see a Marvel land go, but if you had to.
Well, I agree with what everybody's just said. I would like it to stay Marvel, but to embrace the full Marvel cast, not just your typical 6 characters that appear on all the merchandising, with some really good costumes. Disney do it with the Star Wars characters. The costumes are fantastic. I don't like Star Wars, but replicate that sort of quality costume, embrace all the characters, bring it up to date a bit more, but remember your true roots and the fans that have been coming for all of this time. Just revamp it, bring it up to date, but don't destroy it.
Go on then, Mrs.
Well, I'm guessing I'm not allowed an alpaca farm.
No, I don't think anyone would go on
I
Islands of
would.
Adventures Marvel like alpaca superhero island.
Have you met an alpaca?
No.
No,
No, I have
Oh,
not.
they all died.
I have yet to meet an alpaca I did not like.
no, get on with it.
You see, my first thought was DC Batman. Cover it over, make it dark,
Yeah, you said that
make it
before,
gritty,
haven't
lots of steam. Actually have steam vents and stuff like that. But you all know I love Batman.
I'm from
I don't
Disney.
think Batman would work because it's too dark. It's very gothic. The colouring,
that's
even
why.
in the comics, is
Yeah.
extremely dark.
Yeah.
But you're in Orlando where you want sunshine.
No.
Daryl, have you ever been into
No,
Nocturne
Tracy just
Alley?
wants a black spot there.
Yes, to go with my soul.
Yeah, but you could.
No, but as I was saying, anyway, I'm a bit of a villain lover, and I'd actually like to see an area just dedicated to comic book villains.
That would be cool.
You know, make
Yeah,
it dark,
yeah.
make them snarky, make them. You know, it's not. This isn't Disney. Make them have a few digs at people. You know, and let's have Thanos in there. I actually like Thanos. I agree with a lot of his ethics. So you know,
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
but yeah, I'd
I'd
actually
love to see like a 20-foot sentinel walk across the street.
yes,
and
please.
That would be
destroy. That
Yeah.
would be absolutely amazing.
Oh, yeah.
But if I couldn't have that, I'd actually like to go down a slightly different route and have again it's going down the gothic route, like H.G. Wells and Lovecraft type
Yeah.
place, and you could
Oh, yeah.
that would again it's dark and gritty, and let's educate these little
Turds.
get them reading some other stuff. I mean comic books as well, yes, but rather than the crap they do read. Anyway,
I was just thinking about that Thanos thing again. It's just like when the park's at capacity.
oh, I love it.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know me, I'd go down the DC route, but if I couldn't, I kind of like what Darren said, and I think
Yeah.
I've said this before. I would love Disney to go, right, look, we'll concentrate on the cinematic universe. There's a Netflix stuff.
Awesome.
And go down a Jessica Jones,
Jones
Daredevil,
and-
Luke
yeah.
Cage, Iron
Go-
Fist,
yeah.
Punisher would be
Punisher would be
amazing.
amazing.
I would love a land based on the Netflix Marvel stuff because I think
That's an
they are
idea.
the more edgy. They fit a universal demographic more than the other stuff. I think would be fantastic.
Yes. I've seen a lot of Punisher shirts at Universal. I can
Yes.
attest to that.
I think that's what we're all saying, isn't it? Give it some edge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, that's what Universal
Yeah.
have always prided themselves
Yeah.
on.
They're not Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would be won't happen, but it would be fantastic to see Halloween Horror Nights doing Marvel Zombies. Something like that.
I
would
am
be
all over that.
Incredible.
And not that you know a scare actor that I'd like to work at, Daryl?
I know one.
Cool. Right, well, we're just about at the end of this episode, but quickly, at the end of the last episode, Tracy did mention about
yes.
some bits in the Spider-Man ride.
Oh, that
So,
wasn't
Tracy-
where I was going, but okay.
Oh, I forgot about that as well.
Yeah, the Spider-Man ride zones. I knew what 5 of the 6 zones
5
were.
of them were.
Yeah. And on Twitter, Teddy_5972, thank you very much. Sent me a photograph. Zone 1 is Queens. Why did we
So
get
what have we got?
So we have
yeah.
zone in order
Ooh.
1 to 6. We have Queens, Bronx, Brooklyn, Long Island, Staten Island, and Manhattan. And going back to the hidden, well, this isn't such a hidden thing. At the Cotton Candy store, which is to the right of the Spider-Man meet and greet, is that the Alternaverse store?
Oh, no idea.
There is one of the telephones. And again, when Jade and I are wandering around when you two are riding Dr. Doom, this is a crime line update.
Yes, it is.
And
Yeah.
it says, to access the crime line update, you must lift the receiver. Well, Jade and I did. And I encourage you to do it as well.
And for those who don't want to go at the park and do it for themselves, I did send Kenneth out to find said telephones. And we will wrap the show up with the 3 clips he sent me. So this first one I have entitled Marvel Superhero Island Heroes.
Patch in to Superhero Exchange, number 1934.
This is Captain America. All Avengers, listen closely. Our individual attacks on Carnage are having no effect. We have to combine our efforts and act as one if we hope to defeat it.
Thor stands behind you.
Yeah! Okay, first, everyone
Patch in to Superhero Exchange, number 2958. Wolverine, this is Professor Xavier. Respond.
Oh, it's your dad.
I feel like responding right now, Professor. No offense, but the time for talking is over. No, you must not let your emotions get the better of you. You'll turn this into a bloodbath. It's about time. Patch in to Superhero Exchange, number 82901.
This is Iron Man, code 62819, for anyone at Avengers headquarters. The energy that fuels my armor is almost depleted. If Magneto's assault continues, I will have no way to replenish my power supply, and I fear no way to stop his terrible threat to the city. Whoever hears the message, you must speak of all humanity.
Patch in to Superhero Exchange, number 1048.
Matt?
Electra? Is that you? But how? You were...
I've returned. I had to return. Oh, Matt.
Oh, you better call me Daredevil. I don't really know how secure these lines are.
I must see you.
Of course.
I have information about the men who killed me.
Well, can you meet at my law firm? In 20 minutes?
I'll be there. Oh, Matt.
These lines are terribly insecure, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody's listening.
With all of us listening.
The next one I have entitled Marvel Superhero Island Villains.
Calling all villains, thugs, and ne'er-do-wells. Word on the street is that the Avengers are engaged in an outer space battle to save the Earth. So it's a free-for-all here on Marvel Superhero Island. I got dibs on Sid and Marty's jewelry exchange because I'm getting engaged. But otherwise, the sky's the limit. Rob, loot, and steal like there's no tomorrow, because there may not be one. That's all. Attention all supervillains! We have a Wolverine sighting near the Daily Bugle building. Be on the lookout for this hairy, crime-fighting freak. And if you must break the law in this area at this time, watch your back. Let's be careful out there, folks. That's all! Calling all supervillains. The priceless Lawrence Diamond is being held overnight in the Brimstone Depository, and we've discovered it will be under close guard by the hard-headed Iron Man himself. All supervillains with the powers and the abilities to defeat this high level of security, or anyone with a can opener, should go for it. That's all.
And finally, the one I think you alluded to, the Super Crime Hotline.
Thank you for calling the Super Crime Reporting Hotline. Your call is very important to us. All of our operators are currently assisting with other crime. If you are calling to report a plot for world domination, please press 1. If you are calling to report a doomsday device gone awry, please press 2. If you are calling to report a natural weather phenomenon, please press 3. If you are calling to report imminent global destruction from an extraterrestrial source, please press 4. For all other reports, please press 5. Please continue to hold. Thank you. Your call is very important to us. Please continue to hold. Thank you.
That music is terrible.
Well, that just depressed the hell out of me.
It's cool. If you're calling to report a bomb or doomsday device on a ride, press 2. I hope not. Cool. Right, that's going to wrap up our second sort of in-depth look at Marvel Superhero Islands. Thanks, Tracy, Darren, Daryl, and Chris for joining me.
Pleasure.
I hope you've all enjoyed our discussion. Again, we'll probably end up doing another 2 or 3 episodes on Marvel Superhero Island because
there's so much
I have
there.
at least one guest lined up at the moment, and we may get 2 or 3 episodes out of him.
Stan Lee.
Unfortunately not. No, I wonder if he's ever visited that park.
Can you get someone called Lee Stan?
He's in the Spider-Man ride at least 6 times.
He is. You're right. Oh, we should have done them.
And Yancey Street crosses with Stanley Boulevard.
Why didn't you bring that up earlier?
You kind of. That's why I came back over because you kind of talked over it.
Cool. So, right, we're going to wrap the episode up. But, of course, if you want to have a look at our walkthrough, Kenneth did do a walkthrough of Marvel Superhero Island for us, and that is on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/UUO podcast. And, of course, go back and listen to our episode with Howard Drossin. That was 190, the composer of the music. And if you want to go and listen to the first 2 episodes that we did on our focus series on Islands of Adventure, we did our roundtable discussion, the 4 of us, on Port of Entry, which was episode 260. And then we did chat to Adrian Gorton, who was the art director for Port of Entry, on episode 288. So that's going to wrap up episode 312. So for Tracy, Daryl, Chris, Darren, and myself, we will see you again next week.
Cut, print. That's a wrap for another episode of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Never miss a show by subscribing on Apple Podcasts and leave us a rating and review while you're there. Not an Apple user? You can listen on Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, or your podcatcher of choice. Email us any questions or comments to podcast@uuopodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. Keep up with the latest news, rumors, and updates on our blog at uuopodcast.com. Thanks for listening. See you next week.